So in this short video, we're going to be talking about inventory management and how Fishbowl fits the bill. Simon, why don't you tell us what's the most desired outcomes that your clients come to you with? What are they looking to solve in their business in terms of inventory management?
Yeah, Wes, well, I guess there's a couple of key things that typically are the key outcomes when a business comes to Fishbowl looking for a solution for their inventory. I guess at the end of the day, any inventory-based business, I guess, has one big goal, well, besides making a profit, would be making sure they can fulfill orders on time, in full. And I guess an inventory system like Fishbowl helps facilitate that. So that's managing, your orders and managing your stock level, so you're not overstocking and tying up capital in stock on the shelf that's not moving, but making sure you have the right type of stock on the shelf to fulfill those orders on time. So that's probably, I guess, a very, very common outcome of Fishbowl.
So Fishbowl is in my experience, quite an intuitive software in terms of the way it steps you through workflow. Give us a bit of an idea of, obviously it can track locations and it can track numbers, but give us a little bit more detail on the kind of the problems it can solve, the things it can do, the deliverables you get by implementing Fishbowl.
Okay. Well, look, most businesses' situation has a slightly different need that we're trying to address. I guess, give an example, a common thing that we'll often see is, a business has started off small and gone out with a small accounting system doing the inventory, whether that be MYOB or QuickBooks or Reckon accounts or these days Xero. And as the business has grown and become a little bit more complex in its stock needs, they may move into a second location, or they might find that they're having so much stock now they're trying to manage bin locations or reorder points more accurately. So most of the time a business will come to us with 3 or 4 key things that they're trying to resolve in the business. And by putting Fishbowl in, again, if you put it in very basically to start with, I guess it's important to know that the tools are there that as the business continues to grow, you're not going to have to probably make that change again. So as the business grows into a 3rd location or a 4th, or your stock lines will go from 500 SKUs to 2,000 SKUs or 10,000 SKUs, there's going to be a feature set there that helps the business grow and move forward.
So it'll grow with you as you're growing this big business.
Yeah, and I guess, ironically, even though we fit in that space with the small business world in Australia, we offer a lot of the functionality that those larger systems have. Now, that doesn't mean you need to take all those solutions to start with, but it means there's somewhere for you to grow. Initially, what we see a lot of clients grow into is barcode scanning on the warehouse floor. So initially, they'll put Fishbowl in and just use it to manage their orders better and their stock levels better. But as they become proficient in that, they might start to move into warehouse scanning. And what that really does is makes the pick process more accurate to start with, so we're not sending out the wrong product, and also quicker, so we can get more orders out the day each day.
Excellent. Why don't you tell us a couple of examples of clients? I know your clients are wide and varied. Why don't you give us, one of your smaller clients, one of your middle and one of the largest businesses that you're working with, to give us some context? Yeah,
look, we have clients typically in Australia anywhere from 2 users right through to our largest, which is about 40 users, active users on the software in the business. Typically the small businesses are looking for Fishbowl because they've got a unique need. So they might be dealing with a high value product that has serial number tracking, or they might be a small food business, so they have requirements for batch control to make sure that they meet their food compliance needs, because we have complete batch control from raw material right through the production or stock control out the door. And then our bigger clients, it's really about adding efficiencies. So they've grown big on the systems they have, and they'll have something like QuickBooks or Xero, but then they've also got all these spreadsheets to manage different parts of their business, whether it be bin locations or forecasting of stock needs. So we really get into those businesses and tick off a need. So I guess an example we did a few months ago, we had a large client. They're about 15 users. We're on Reckon accounts, but had a very, very large warehouse of low value stock, but a lot of turnover. And they were bringing in, a couple of shipping containers a week. And they had very, very poor warehouse processes. So there wasn't an efficient pick process. So there was a lot of guys on the floor trying to make sure that orders were fulfilled on time, and also a lot of overstocking of obsolete stock. I guess the business took an approach of, if we had it on the shelf, we would always have it, but it was also tying up a lot of capital. So the owners, after about 3 months of putting Fishbowl in, have come back to us and they said their efficiency of their pick process has increased by about 30 to 40%. So they've been able to really get orders out the door much quicker than they used to be able to. And ironically, as part of that, they now have bin locations, which was a big factor for their efficiencies. And their warehouse is also a lot neater. When we first walked in there was boxes down the middle of the aisles, and the same product was in multiple shelves. And it's really, Fishbowl has really just formalised their warehouse process where they've got a lot better practices on the floor now.
So we've talked about batch control, we've talked about stock locations, we've talked about scanning and those sort of things, and they're excellent. What's one more thing that Fishbowl Inventory does really, really well?
Look, I guess another thing that we're really moving into and starting to do well is our integration with our e-commerce. So more and more a need is coming through from our existing clients and also from new clients coming to Fishbowl, that it's all well and good to have a back-end process in your warehouse for managing your stock, but it's about adding efficiency about what ties into that warehouse. So that will be, for instance, getting orders from an e-commerce platform, or additional to that, maybe you have reps on the road that are using a tablet or a smartphone to take orders. So we have integrations in place now where we integrate with all the main shopping carts for live synchronization of your inventory levels to the website, as well as pulling things straight into Fishbowl like orders. So instead of having somebody sitting in the office each day getting emails from your website or from your reps keying in the orders can come directly into your warehouse management system. So you can realistically say these days that within minutes of a customer placing an order on your site and paying for it, there's a pick ticket in the warehouse ready to go.
Wow. Excellent. All right, so there's somebody watching right now who has got a real need for a new inventory solution. What would you like to say to them to wrap up this video?
Look, I guess the first thing to do is give our office a call, have a chat to me, ask for Simon, and we'll discuss your needs and more than likely organise a time for an online catch-up where we can jump online together, discuss the business needs, go through Fishbowl and make sure it's going to be the right fit.
That's great. Thanks, Simon.